All right, it's 8 p.m. here at home. We are getting some tables going. Bunch of fish out of them, apparently. Player deuce, you're getting the mark. Player 4, you're getting the mark. Player 5, you're getting the mark. These might not all be super accurate. Here we're getting just a classic 1/3 out on 10 deuce 10. Pretty good spot. And on this turn, we probably aren't perceived to have too many bluffs. I don't know how often his ace high folds. This seems like a hand we might want to end up going for 3 streets with, though. We don't have too many natural bluffs, like I said, and pretty much just, yeah, like putting his ace highs in a shit spot on turn and river seems pretty good. I don't think we would choose, like, I think this is we either like check on this card or choose to bet a size like this. And same thing, I think his anything, so Tess. So we got an obvious fish here. Let's get player 6 down marked as fish. Super Des. Maybe try and suss him out for a quick second. Make him think we're having a hard decision and make him feel des about his play. I don't know if that's going to do anything to help maybe tilt him or something. It's maybe possible. But yeah, super des by the man with the green tag. I think a river follow through there is probably pretty good, though. When we get just like a random like deuce X, like ace 3, like pocket 4s and 5s, probably to just fold. I think it's a fine little plan. Here floating on such a disconnect board with king 10 high, probably floating all, ace highs and king highs seems pretty good. We have, I guess we're just chopping with a bunch here. So I'll take the chop, and yeah. What a weird situation. I mean, he has a pretty nice fold me off chop bet here. I'm probably just going to call and he wins if he has like 3s through kings. And I mean, that's whatever. Like the super des that he checked out, I think. I mean, I guess, yeah, he will have some ace X checks on turn. I think it's des that he checked that. I don't know. Let's just write that down. Weird ace 10 check. Seems like you can get 3 streets, though. Weird ace 10 check guy. I guess when I still have a bunch of pairs that check call, he maybe doesn't. He's not going to bluff with a bunch of those things, so maybe he does just always have an ace or a pair there. Curious, though, really I don't know, just getting to the table, paying 2 big blinds there to, like, see what the fuck kind of shit that guy's doing could be valuable in itself. Here with ace high showdown value, backdoor, flush draw, I think a check call on this texture where it's all up in his like 3s, 5s, 7s, pocket 4s, pocket 6s type shit. So I'm not huge on a betting, but I think a check call is pretty nice. Get him to stab any random 2 over cards. And we have equity to improve on the 4, a diamond is pretty nice. So I think we have a cool little check call there. And, pretty easy check fold on the turn. A little bit torn on a bet here. I think a check is okay. We're not getting enough folds with the C bet, and our turn equity is kind of sketch, and we might just get jammed on. I don't hate check, maybe calling for a small bet. Here on this texture, I think we can start with a size up to half pot. Pretty easy check call here for this size, given our straight backdoor flush and ace high showdown, and probably calling for another small bet. Yeah, this is probably gonna, with tiny bit of showdown value, equity to improve. I'm going to mix it into the call, and hopefully he checks and we chop. Seems kind of des. Probably into just folding. Basically, we're thinking, does he have deuces through fours enough to bet? Probably not. So we're going to fold 5-10 here. Seems close. Yeah, we're not folding any of these suited things apparently. So call suited. Not a bad size on this texture, really. He's probably betting what, like ace, king, or king, queen, queen better. Min raising with stacks so short. And pretty much forced to fold here. And this table is looking like already. I mean, this guy is clear fish. I'm already just tempted to I'm feeling like good and talking, so I'm ready to just see if there's any fish on the 500 tables right away. This one maybe staying on. This one I'll get off. Pretty great ISO spot for big size like this. So this hand is strong. And this guy mixes in the instant 3-bet to a fucking huge size. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to fold ace jack here. I guess, yeah, if I went 5, he'd go 20. I don't know. This seems kind of daft. I might just fold. Such big size. Call ace queen, fold ace jack. I don't know, though. That might still be just a call. It just is like instant huge size. Seems super sus. Like, I know this is a freaking call in this like every single time, but to that, I don't know, maybe even to that size, we just have to call. But I ISO'd huge. He instantly did that. I'd imagine we're not doing great. I'd imagine just a c-bet here to double barrel on a diamond is all right. This board's just good for us. And we're probably just getting enough folds immediately with this. And on this turn, I mean, I have a lot of better bluffs. I could go for the check turn bet river line. I think is pretty reasonable. Because we probably still get to fold out his like low pairs and stuff. I mean, I guess here now we try to just chop against some like jack highs or some shit. Pretty good bet by him, I think. He limp calls. I think a 1/3 on this drive, or like just disconnect board. We have the 10 of clubs, just fine, reducing some of his equity hands. And on the deuce, I think we could barrel this, but it might be high up enough just to go for the check to show it down. Seems all right. Our range becomes face up though to like air and ace high, which I don't know. And this ace high might still just be good enough to show down compared to I'll have my other air that I want to bluff on the king. So I'll just still take that. This actually could just be a min open against his stack size. What an interesting little spot. We have the, yeah, I don't know if I'm all right with letting him donk like this for this size. I probably can just call and take the lower like variance route against him and call profitably for 2. And now I just probably blast it here. When he doesn't bet on this turn, his range becomes just a bunch of like 1 pairs, and my like pair plus. Yeah, I'm probably pretty into the idea of overbetting here. Actually, here, Buddy doesn't have that many 4x. I might just go for more of like a half pot size. Yeah, just like any of my maybe like 9s plus, ace 8 plus there is pretty cool. Just like overbetting to jam river on safe river, considering his range is like ace 6 might be actually a check. One of the ones we'll end up checking here. Against fish, a hand this strong. Do I just want to be betting? Do I want to check raise to get in? Putting pressure on him with the check raise is pretty nice. Overbetting turn, letting him weaken maybe, and we can overbet the turn. Yeah, and I think we're just going to start doing this. Start lighting her. Buddy checks here. We don't have that many bluffs, but I'm probably just polarizing right away still to maybe like I'll have a few bluffs, but I'll have them. So I'll just go for 2. I think this board can still just get 1/3, maybe even 40%ed to check turn and bluff catch river, or depends. We'll see. This card is interesting. A lot of his range is like pairs and ace highs. I think we don't turn that many bluffs, and we just get value from a bunch of hands right away. I don't know how much sense it makes to go with a middling size. Are we either betting big or checking is the thing, right? So I think this hand can get mixed into a check and call river. you know, we would have hands like Jack 10 and Queen 10 that probably just. And this seems like a thin fucking value bet. Pocket 9s, pocket 10s. I mean, I could see a little Bishley player like this, though, betting like better King X. For this size, it doesn't seem that likely, though. What is my read on that? I mean, I don't know. Is he going to call a worse pair? Maybe not. So Buddy checks back the flop here. Do we think he's checking back basically ace 7 and worse on the flop? It's possible. I don't think it's super likely. We might be able to just polarize to like ace X here. We don't have that many. We have like spades and like, I don't know, Queen 10, King 10. I think we can get away with a large size here when, yeah, and now I mean, right, it's basically ace7, ace8, ace9, like ace7, ace8, right? Which is like not even that much. So if he has a hand like, I don't know, fucking Jack 8 off, no spade, whatever, he might not fold, and we're going to lose to a bet from an ace anyway. So, or a bigger bet from an ace anyway. So I think we can just go for the value here. Yeah. Like I think ace deuce through ace 5 I'll check, and then is like ace 7 plus are probably just betting, and you know there's that many in there compared to some of the other stuff. So I think a bet is pretty good. We can't go crazy though, I don't think. Here ace queen's going to be a pretty nice ISO. Looks like we got some fucking fish out here, which is nice. King 7 against what looks to maybe be a fish in the big blind here. I don't hate an open. This guy's been active. What does that make me all want to do? If this says do it, do it. I'm not going to do it because it doesn't say to do it. Get this guy marked in. Well, I think this spot is a 1/3 spot where we can barrel on some turns. Disconnect between the king and the 8 is kind of nice. I think he still calls some of those cards within there with backdoor flush draw. But it's nice to just take that down right away against the fish. Thinking a min raise here is pretty nice with this guy in the small. Not sure about whether or not we want to mix. Ooh, so ace deuce. This seems like a spot where we could polarize on flop and bet half pot to check turn and bluff catch riv. Seems okay. A 1/3 on the texture also seems okay. I think like a 40% to check type thing could be cool. I'm not sure though. King, fuck. I guess we cold 4-bet. Cold 4-bet call. All right, buddy, old pal. Let's see what you got. Ace 9 seems pretty close with the ISO. I might just limp behind. Ace 10 all ISO. Given that this fish is calling lots in the bag, it's like, I don't know, not going to be that great of an open, really. And I'm just checking down pretty much now. And yes, same thing. Maybe calling riv. Probably calling here. Good hand, sir. Just don't think he's going to bluff for that size really enough. And ISO the fish. Sounds good. Plan. Really is pretty tight. Well, that's a favorable board for our range and our hand. Looks like one where we might choose to go something like this right away. And here, I mean, open-endy into 3 people. Not huge on this. I mean, if Buddy's folding like 8s through 10s enough here on turn, we have equity against some of those too. We're probably betting what pot on turn here gives 90, 130, almost enough for a jam on riv. 4 is pretty much a brick. Don't really think he doesn't have much pocket 4s or anything. And we can bet fold this to a jam. But I think this so des. No? I mean, I don't think I'm checking the turn. Do we have the fucking equity to call though now? Des, let's say his range is like king queen or ace king. Ugh, I guess we're gonna get dominated sometimes. 7 heart, 3 heart, 4 club, king club. Yeah, fucking jack heart, 9 heart. It's brutal when we get oh wait. Oh no. Let's just say, yeah, let's say his range is like this of all of them. Wait, why is this so des? Hey, I mean, honestly, it's looking like we might even be that des. I don't know. This is super des by this guy for sure. I don't know. I could imagine that us just basically getting it in against his stack is the play. Well, that's a texture. Holy fuck. Fish lead, we jam. Jack's in a weird spot here. I might tank down and jam. Protection, just getting it in against his fucking pocket nines or tens or whatever bullshit he's got seems pretty good. I could have some flush draws, whatever. If he bet folds, whatever. We maybe denied some equity from some ace, king, queen high, some backdoor flush draw shit. I don't know. Ace, king, super test. Neatly. Took it down. I don't understand why this is right. I guess because just like two of his suited king ones are like, let's say he has like pocket fours. Jack heart, nine heart has such des equity against these things. So honestly, it's looking pretty good. I mean, we're gonna call though 50 to win a pot of like 400 though. So we only need 12% if we end up getting the money. Sometimes we're dominated though. That sucks. King queen is in a weird one here. I'd imagine that a squeeze here has just got to be best. Which is going to be something around this size. Here, oh, I was going to say, here comes this guy's jam. Yeah, texture, fuck. Gotta think it's just a classic. We have the queen of diamonds, which is pretty nice. Definitely a fucking garbage spot, though, man. What do we want to do here? I am not liking this, really. He's got backdoor hearts. He's got original diamonds. He's got hand. Just like my range is all king, queen. Fucking. I feel like my squeeze was not big enough, but not thrilled on this one, really. Too much air in my range. Probably just not bluffing this. I mean, I would squeeze and c-bet and then check hands like nines, tens, and probably end up value betting them here. So when I actually have this hand, I'd probably get away with going something like this. I'm gonna puss out because I think this guy's a fish, and I don't know. Like, I don't think a guy's just gonna fold a pair enough here when my range has so much hands like ace 10, ace queen, ace king, king queen, and all this shit that like just yeah. Player this guy, we got a fish. I mean, this guy, why do I have him marked as a fish? Probably just going to raise this to get it in. When he checks through twice, I'm pretty sure we have a value jam. Probably thinking I should have just raised bigger pre-flop to leave far less behind. Ace queen now here. We got ourselves a probably just having a squeeze spot. Just gonna do some stringing along bets. His hands are like ace five, ace six, fives and sixes. And I'd imagine that we just call, allow him to continue to shoot money, and we just call and hope to have best. Looks like we got a call to the squeeze with the old 9-9 getting in there for sure. And whiffing, that's all right. Probably just tucking right away to the C-bet on the ace high board. So yeah, I mean, fuck that king queen hand. I don't know, man. Those fucking spots suck. After I think a squeeze got to be bigger. Here I might just call. Not really looking to squeeze. I don't think nines against these fucking pretty tight ass ranges. But we'll mix it into the call. Yeah, I mean, fuck, just going like what, like 55, like 50, I guess, right away. I don't know. I mean, and then fuck, I think a check's great. I think a check again is pretty good. And I mean, fuck, if you just got any like pair, you might just rando call to the jam. I think we could have a bunch of air. So here nines, we're not really going to turn into a bluff. We might have enough showdown value against some worse pairs. Not looking hugely likely, but yeah, I'm not doing anything here with our hand. Ooh, so close. I think player 5 here is gotta be some sus player. Some tilted player possibly. I mean, given how this out of position or like two fish, I don't know. Fuck it, we're off though. Here all off without backdoor flush draw. I feel like I'm playing a little bit quick, so I want to kind of slow it down a little bit here. This guy's open size. Oh wait, limp. Okay, it's a fish. Player 3 is confirmed fish. Do not bluff fish, probably. Queen 3 seems close here. Probably still just a min. Well, pretty good flop. Probably pretty good to just get in, I guess. Maybe just starting with a small bet. Can call raise. Yeah, I just don't like checking that much because he's got so many just like overcards, right? And I think we just try to get value from a 5 here as best we can. Calling, raising here. Is he just never going to fold a 5, probably? Is he going to ever find a fold with a 5 here? That's basically what I'm wondering. I think I'm just going to jam. Here, 22 usually. I may go, yeah, 25 or 20, 26 seems pretty good squeeze size here. And I'm going to have a lot of bluffs here. Pretty tempting to fucking just overbet and like jam or some shit like that, right? He does turn though like 4-5, 5-6. So I probably can honestly just go for like a check turn and maybe bluff river. Like this hand doesn't have very good equity, and I can just bet some 1 pairs on the river. I don't think I go for check raise too much here though, so it's either like a bet big or check, and I don't really think my hand wants to go into the bet big category. And now, I mean, his range just becomes like ace high. I probably just choose to bluff small with this hand and get, you know, just bet a bunch of 1 pairs and whatever. To call is like what I can be perceived to try to do. So, and you know, he'll call an ace high sometimes here or there with me having like my particular hand that I exactly have, or like jack high, queen high, whatever. So. Fuck, I mean, 2 fish here. It's really tempting to tag along this hand. Here, I think a bet for a small size is all right. We'll get some backdoor clubs and some nonsense hands, ace highs and shit to fold. We have fine equity. This one's close, man. 2 fish. I'm probably calling with 2 fish in there. It's not great. King 10, obviously, always call. King 9 is fucking close. I don't know. Maybe I just rather all or any suited hand over a hand like this, though. Pretty cool with just a limp behind as well. Not looking to really play ace-6 off in the small blind against two people that are probably limp calling like a fucking strong range. Ace-7 here I don't think is going to get 3-bet or anything against this guy's open. Cut off. Nah, not 3-betting ace-7 like ever. Obviously not cold calling either. No 3-bets, 39 hands. I don't hate mixing in the 3-bet with this one. And are we going to get punished for it because it's not in the range? I don't know, though. That many hands, no 3-bets. Gotta mix it in. 10-7, 10-6, 10-5, yes, 10-5, yes. Doesn't look like 10-7 ever really gets in there. It's such a probably just a good call and mixing those other ones in there. And we do end up getting fucked for it. I mean, ace king here, 1 diamond, looking like a check call to reasonable or small bet or something. Do I think he has enough, like, our hand as a bluff catcher is maybe all right. I don't hate check calling this 1 bet with the king of diamonds. Is all right. We have some showdown value. We can improve. He might just give up with whatever yeah, and I mean, he'll take those pairs now, I guess, and bet them for that side on the turn, which I think we have the equity to call against a bunch of those hands. Right, so let's say the flop is like 3 diamond, 7 diamond, 10 diamond, 6 club, and he's betting like a hand like 5-6 suited, 5 or like 5-6 heart, 5 heart, or like ace spade king diamond has 30, right? So we're calling profitably on the turn against most of his range. So I think it's a good check call. Perhaps we have a cheaper, just bet small to realize equity line. Could be all right. Fuck me. Accidental limp. Queen 10 in everybody's range. Cool. Probably betting. I think this hand could get checked. Jack 9 here. Pretty easy, I think. We bet. Now a pretty clear pot. Little ISO with the King 8. We are on the button. I am not sure if this guy 3-bets what we do with King 8. Looks like it's called sometimes. Pretty close. If he gets us a good price, I might call. Now we have a spot where we have some good barreling on some cards, and I don't really want to just cap myself right away. And I think this texture can get bet like this in position. Here King 7's close against 3 fucking fish. I mean, I guess I'll complete for fucking 1 big blind. Seems a bit des though. Maybe it is just a tuckaroo. Here I looking like a min raise. Looking again like a little min raise. We got a little 3-bet. 9-9 is looking like a pretty nice call. And we all know that it doesn't miss. Well, that's a disconnected ass board, I think. What are some of our best defense hands going to be here? I guess like 9s, 10s, jacks. We probably just 4-bet. Sometimes maybe calling sometimes 4-bet, sometimes queens we might have in there too. So I think like, I guess we have some suited King X. When he checks, it's pretty des. I think he has a lot of like, I don't know, jacks and queens. I think his 10s like bet more. So his range now becomes like ace queen high, maybe like a rando ace 10 or of like diamonds that didn't have backdoor flush draw that checked, and then like queens and like fucking rando queen jack undercards that checked. So pretty sus range. I think we end up probably just wanting to fold when it gets the lay bluffed like infrequently, right? Like we block some like 9-10 suited that may have rando checked flop. And right, like his bluffs are like now like ace 10, ace queen, queen 10. Like these hands just bet flop a lot. So I'm so like I in this situation, it's pretty tempting to just fucking des him and like raise, right? I mean, I guess we have the option of bet small to realize equity. I think I'm just going to fold, though. Like, his line is just so, like, queens, some turn jack X. I think I could be off on that. Like, that is kind of narrow, but, like, most of, like, on that fucking board, what's he checking? Maybe pocket kings, I guess, actually could be in there. That's another one to have to think about. Test though. I think he just kind of wrecks himself though, like by not just betting. Just bet. Just bet your range there, I think. I don't know. Maybe, he checks some queens, whatever. Cool. This is interesting. Do I actually want to start lighting up this hand and fucking going for 3 streets? I think it could be pretty sick, actually. Think I'm a pretty big fan of this, actually. Probably check call to such a small bet from the fish. One more time with the club. On this board, we can definitely go for maybe like a half or a 1/3 to start. And only betting half, checking, and then betting riv? I'm not sure here. I'll start with a 1/3. Here, this texture seems like a pretty easy 1/3, given that it is so disconnected. His small blind range is going to be a little bit tighter, but without a club, we'll bet a 1/3. With a club, we maybe bet bigger. And on this turn, it makes things interesting because he'll have like 7-8 and like. But I think King 10 is a bit weak to bet. We do turn a lot of bluffs, though, actually, which maybe allows us to do more of that. And when he snap checks, I mean, I'd probably just go for something like this. We're just kind of fucked with this hand here, I think. I don't know. With the club, we can continue. Without, we don't. Which might even be why we just check the flop. I don't know. Like, do we just try to raise and decim that way? Not with our hand. Perhaps to check flop. But I don't know. I think I like the idea of just betting on that board, and I don't know though. I guess the small blind call range is going to be tight enough that like we just bet hands that have equity. Here, I don't hate a pot to check turn and bluff catch riv. Seems kind of neat. I think we can check here and barrel later streets when we maybe turn some equity. Just fold now. A lot of fish out here. This one is not actually all fish. This guy is probably not a fish. Which is why I probably should just leave. Here, I mean, fuck. This seems like a board where we could have pot. He's got a way more 7x than I do, which means I don't like it that much. And our backdoor flush draw kind of sucks. And we have a kind of cool equity card where on the 8 is neat. I don't hate actually just checking when there's not that many good barrel cards. And on the ace, we likely check because we expect to get check raise sometimes here. And some weak ones we would just check. And I'm not looking to go 2 barrels really, so I'll just go one on the river. And then here, I mean, against fish, jack deuce is just so bad though. And probably, yeah, betting. I don't expect him to check raise the river that much, so I think our ace ended up betting something like this. So I think I'm just gonna do that, and hopefully he folds less than king high or king high, and maybe some pairs, but he might not. It worked. Yeah, a little like a delay bluff there. I think is pretty good. And we got some fish. Possible fish. Probable fish. Squeeze or go all in, my friend. Come on. You have pocket fives. No, he wouldn't do that with that, would he? All right. Fuck. I mean, this is a flop where we will take. I don't know how much I like starting to blast, though. Here, I think just a raise like this. And this is pretty sus. Oh, thank you. Easy off. I hope he calls and loses or just folds, because his line for donk is des. Why is he doing this? I guess just because like fish in pot. So des. What a shipboard for our hand. Bunch of fucking cowards. No? I mean, I guess I left the one because it was all regs. Against fish, sized up on this texture probably. Half pot seems all right. Bigger seems probably, I don't know, maybe better because just the range that he's pretty inelastic about. We can, yeah. Just checking through here to check Dan, I think. I mean, his range becomes weak pairs and stuff, so I don't hate a thin, small value bet. Our hand's pretty bad here, I think. Everybody left with this fucking fish here? Come on. No way. Seems impossible. Seems like you should choose a polar massive size bet or check. Here, I mean, I guess I just bet this and he calls lots. Oh, he folded. Yeah, I don't really like continuing with this hand. Whatever he's betting here, he's got a lot of equity, so I can just fold probably. Here I'll min. Here, I probably like just a 3-bet. Getting 2 fish in pot seems okay. But usually if he goes 6, I go 24. So this seems pretty good. Ace 3, check. Ace, like, I don't know, 5 or better or something, bet. When he checks flop, you can just bet 2 streets. If he's got, like, Queen 10, King 10, pocket queens, pocket kings, we'll just fucking try to get some value against those hands. Probably, yeah, just min raising against this guy. I think starting to choose polar is okay. So I think a half pot bet is probably all right just to start. Obviously not great not having like a spade. And do we want to start bluffing this, basically, is the question. I might just check, take low variance against fish. We have equity to improve. What would his bluffs be here? He's going to have 9x. He's going to have flushes, ace-x. And are we going to actually get value from ace-x? I'm not that confident, and he could have some ace-x better 2-pair. So I think we're just going to take the check route. But I don't think that spot gets check raised, so. Six is definitely a card we would want to check back. Or like, yeah, like this hand's a good check back one. And now probably never folding turn. Pair plus the flush draw, straight draw. Pretty easy call. And probably just a pretty easy fold, actually, is all these better pairs. Betting thinly for 2 streets with like a 10. Yeah, I mean, we have so many pair plus draw raise candidates that I don't like the raise, really. Here, I mean, I guess we would, with a bunch of our bluffs, want to whatever, I'll just go with a medium maybe. I guess our ace-x, it really only is like polar strat or not, and I'll probably just fold it. I mean, fuck. Super Des, I think. This seems like a fine 1/3 board. Mixing in a 7x for this size, we might get raised sometime is good. This seems kind of shit. I don't know. I might just fold. a board that might be just gapped enough where we want to go like this. This card interacts with him quite a bit. I think we would probably want to scale back here and choose a smaller bet size, which is why I'm going to do that and allow him to maybe raise more stuff. Seems pretty good, but I guess it still sets up stacks for pretty good on river. I think, yeah, just if he has like 4s or 8s or fucking, I don't know, yeah, just bet. And but I guess checking back the nuts there could be good. We're just calling here, call here. Pretty good check raise candidate. Pretty much our nut one, I think. We don't want to have too many check raises here, but I think this is going to be one of them. Just so much equity. And on this fucking card, I probably just check a lot to check call, actually, with this hand. I think a check call is good. And now we're just done. Hope to beat like fucking... Nah, not going to bluff. Hope to beat like 5-6. I mean, I guess this is like 9-10. 10 jack are kind of in there. Which, like, I don't know. Well, that one did not work out. King Jack here on this texture does not hate a check. I don't think. This texture probably gets check raised a decent amount. We could delay. I think with 2 overs and spade, pretty easy call to such a small bet, and you are so waste. I mean, he's going to have some better spades. Probably going to have a tough time folding you a bet, and he could check raise somewhat. I mean, is he going to call worse? Possibly. We could have a couple. I don't really think we have very many bluffs, but I'm probably still just going to bet if he has, what, 10 spade, 3 spade, deuce spade. I don't know. I guess he doesn't really have those, though. Probably still just got to bet and just like a pretty comfortable fold if he does raise. Queen 9 seems probably good enough to raise against his limp. And this texture seems okay to go for something like this to maybe check call turn. We get a bit of protection. We get some value from some worse hands. And on the river here, I think we have the best hand at fucking shitload. He's going to have worse 9x, 6x, 7x. We're going to have rando airballs that might just go something like this. So I think this is a fine size to choose. He probably bets decent amount of ace-x on the turn when I check. So I think we're pretty in the clear to value bet on the river. Starting to seem kind of close when I might actually just fold king 6. Any like king 7, king 8 call when he opens to that size. He's got a bunch of different sizings. I don't know. Let's check this. Not really looking to raise this, but just call it and get in, I guess. I mean, do we have fold equity? We probably do. We could also get that, you know, those folds and whatever on Riv. So I can just check call and check decide. Type line is probably fine. This guy is super passive. We block some main bluff. I think I can fold, and here I think I can fold now as well. Oh, come on, bro. That's folds. We have aces. Queen 3 is pretty fucking close. 5-6 to a 3x, not gonna 3-bet. Gonna just donk out here with a pair against a limp. This guy's all over the place, eh? Sus. We could probably maybe start fucking shipping this one in. I don't hate a half when he doesn't raise and we get a brick turn. We could probably overbet. Having a heart's good. All right, give us your $15 raise and hit set. This one is kind of close. This one is also the same. I think this is all right. Don't hate checking this. But he just snap checks. Whatever he checked, I don't think he's calling on turn. I might just bet small. This is close. I mean, I guess we just get it in against his stack when he limps. King Jack's probably good enough. Fucking come on. We got a fish here too. Neat. All right, buckle up, boys. I think a C bet for a third, or like a between third and 20, or yeah, like let's see, 29%, 24, 25. Shit. So Des, I mean, well, call. Pretty easy call. What are we gonna do on the Riv? What are we gonna do on the Riv? That is the fucking question if he checks. And he makes our life easy. Hollywood it up. Don't give anybody any tells on what our range was for that flop size, and just call turn, I guess. I don't know. Would we even call like ace king there? Seems sus. Well, that's okay. Just check fold. Toss. I don't think we even want to check call if he bets with this guy left to act. And half pot for value against both of them seems okay. Fold to raise because they have two pair. Perhaps just go bigger and get all buddies worse ace-x to call always for even bigger size. Also seems fine when he's never going to raise. Pretty fucking tempting to just ISO King Jack here. But I don't know. Here, I mean, with fish in the big, we will ISO. This seems a little bit des. I mean, probably still a call. All queen jack, all king queen, all king jack, and clubs. Oh man. This seems like a spot where I probably just start choosing larger sizes with like ace king plus. And I will just start going with big, I think. Here, checking back a bunch of pairs. He could check back some 9x clubs, some queen jack. When he checks, though, I don't think he really goes for check raise here. And I could have... what are my bluffs going to be, really, though? I don't think I'm going to worry about it too much. This one seems close. I mean, fuck. With this massive fish here and this guy's a fish, I'll probably call them in. And, yeah. Getting into a pot with the two of them with a hand like this seems okay. And here, I mean, this is getting a little dust now. I mean, I guess the, 7 and jack are good. Bet's big on a card that's good for me, though. And there's not that much money behind. I don't know. When he barrels again here, his range is pretty fucking strong. And I don't know if we're doing good enough against it. So I'll just fold. And here, a7 gets a little bit interesting because I think that he ISOs maybe a bit wide. Let's see here. Player, let's see, just cut off open, button, 3-bet. Like, I'm 3-betting all these a7s. Am I ever just wanting to just call this to a bigger size with the fish in this spot? I don't know. I'm not liking it that much. Probably not folding to a bet here. We'll check and try to win. I think he should be checking back some like ace, ace, king, king, ace, queen, king, queen. All pretty good ones to check back. And if he does bet, I think he needs to choose a polar size. King, I guess he has what? King, jack, and queens a bunch actually here. And our hand is pretty vulnerable to a bunch of cards. So I might actually just check call and check decide the turn. And if he checks back on the turn, it's an interesting spot. He's going to have nut flush. Like, okay, so how many? Ace, king, ace. Yeah, I mean, I think we just call here. When he's got... Ooh, okay, now it's interesting. Is he going to value bet? I mean, fuck. Check. I don't know. Is he still going to value bet? ace queen plus there. If he's not, bet. I really want to get the stack there. I really, really, really want to get the stack there. I don't think... Do I just raise the flop? I don't know. Do I raise the turn? Do I lead Riv? Lead Riv seems fucking neat. Here, check call, bet 1/3. I don't need a quarter. Buddy's donk here with the nut gutter. We're going to call even though we don't have the backdoor flush draw. Here, fuck, so many bluffs. He's sus des, man. So many bluffs. I'm probably just not going to fold. 5, 6, 6, 7, Jack 10, Jack 8. He's got so many of those hands in his range. I mean, here I think we're still just going to be calling the top pair now with the gutter, even though he's pretty fucking strong for the line he's taken so far. And I can probably fold on the river. Half pot, I mean... I think I'm just going to fold. What bluffs he going to have here? His rando ass 5-7 got there. 9-10's always there. His king queen, his random led ace. You know, he's got so much value here. Just find the fold. Do I need a half pot here to check and then maybe bluff catch Riv? I don't understand. Like, what? I'm probably just going to fold when he fucking donks leads like that. Here, I'll just bet to realize equity, check here, and probably not fold on the river now. I don't know. Yeah, not for that. So dead. I mean, whatever. I guess these guys are probably pretty bitchy with bluffing there. But, like, all 10 jack, all 5, 6, 6, 7. Fucking rando ass king high, queen high, jack high, backdoor flush draw hands. He could even bet his own ace high there. He's fish. I think it's fine. And right, and I think he probably just bets bigger sometimes with like those other hands. So. Ace jack suited here. Are we always 3 betting. What are we doing? Big blinds. Looks like it's called pretty much always. Flop flush prom. I don't know. When I have way more flushes, I'd probably just check raise here. And especially when he chooses a large size, I mean, I think against sets and fucking over pairs of the diamond that just won't fold, I'll probably just get in check raise right away. Seems pretty good. This is, I think I just jam. Matt, so we have the nut flush in the big blind against MP, who just like bets. He opens, we just end up calling. He bets big, we make a check raise.
And then
Just shit.
This.
Like, you know, like will he fold like kings or queens with a diamond that he basically is doing with this, or like a set? Like in my, I mean, would I?
I think shit.
Yeah,
I think.
Like too many turns that kind of.
Yeah, nobody ever like. Yeah.
You have worse flushes, I guess, too.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
Yeah. It's like when people make the 3-bet on those boards,
they're not bluff.
They don't have a
bluff.
Yeah. It's like super rare.
Like, what hand is he gonna like? If fucking set, he's gonna call king with diamond. He's just like gonna call. So he just has like worse flush or like top set or something. So we just go Shiv.
Cool.
Did you make the dinner for boss?
Yeah, this is dinner for boss. Spider left.
Yeah, here is kind of fucked. I mean, does he have enough like king queen of clubs, king 10 of clubs, queen 10 of clubs, these types of hands? It's possible. There's a lot there. I don't know. It really feels like just a fucking jack. I don't know. That one seems. Honestly, I think it's all right. Well, this one looks like just a half pot right away against fish. Ace King. Two aces. Oh my fucking god, man.
So I just mentioned to Matt if Tuesday was available. I asked him because I was toying with the idea of just moving things to Tuesday. Monday's the day, so we'll do it tomorrow instead. Since guys will always have to go Tuesday, considering that maybe today already. So things are going as planned for tomorrow. The only thing is that I'm going to be gone out of the house for something 4:30 until around 7. So I'm thinking you guys maybe just arrive around 7 o'clock, have some dinner, and then we will some poker after dinner.
Let's see this time.